Everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel, and thank you for coming back to this 30-day challenge on direct sales and direct selling. I'm sad because today's the 30th of the month, which means that our time is up. I probably will try and do a bonus video, but I wanted to talk today about something that I actually shifted. I was going to talk about pure recruiting on this, but I think I'm being drawn to share something different with you guys. Recruiting is extremely important when it comes to our direct sales, no matter what business you're in. And I hate the word recruiting because I feel like the word sponsor and the word recruiting all imply things that don't really want anything to do with my business. Sponsor reminds me of Alcoholics Anonymous, and recruiting reminds me of the Army. So I feel that when it comes to you sharing your opportunity and talking to people about what you do and how it can affect them and how it can help them, that it's really important for us to choose words, and you've heard this right along in this training, in this series, that you need to choose words that are not going to scare people away. And I believe that the word recruiting is one of those words. I love to use the word mentor, to mentorship, to be your mentor. And I feel that way because to me, a mentor is somebody who guides. A mentor is somebody who shares their own experiences. A mentor is somebody that you can look up to and ask questions to if you have concerns or questions in your journey. And I feel that mentor is a much softer approach to what it is that we really do as consultants. So find a word that's good for you, but find a word that will soften the approach, soften the first instant. And now here's something that I learned the other day. People buy or commit to things intuitively, their gut feeling, but they also don't need much information. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. If you hear the word basketball, your mind instantly makes a decision on what that means to you. What perspective does basketball have on you? And so you are instantly making a decision about basketball. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, whether you're anxious to go see it, whether you know players that play it, whether you have kids that play it. It is a instant gut feeling or knowledge of what basketball is. So it's a perception. Okay? So when people are making decisions, when people are committing, when people are buying, they don't need information. Because all the information that they've ever gathered about that particular thing, whether it's your opportunity or your product, is what is going to make that instant decision for them. Now, it could be if you say Scentsy to somebody that they're automatically going to say, I don't know what that is, so I don't want it. Right? Or it could be, oh, I know what that is. I have some of that at home. I'll listen. There's going to be an instant, just quick instant that you're going to make or break the decision. If somebody says 52-inch smart TV, your mind is automatically going to go to, ooh, I would love that. Or, wow, that's really big. I don't know that would even fit in my house. And so as consultants, what happens often, and I've spoken of this numerous times because I just truly believe that it's something that we naturally, instinctively do, but it is totally wrong. And that is to vomit information. People don't need all of that information to make a decision. People want to know, how will it affect me? What do I have to gain from this? So as consultants, when we're looking at sponsoring, recruiting, or mentoring new people into our business and inviting them into our business, you need to find out why that business would even be good for them. And so we need to gain their trust. And so back to building relationships, right? We need to gain their trust in order for people to buy or join our business. It is inevitable that a 30-second reaction is going to take place when something comes out of your mouth as far as your business opportunity goes. So here's the bigger piece to this, right? So now we're saying, okay, well, as a consultant, it's up to us to listen. It's up to us to gain their trust. How do we do that? How do we do that? How do we gain people's trust? How do we allow them to share information with us, or feel comfortable enough to share information with us, that we can use that to say, okay, well, what if Scentsy could eliminate that for you? Or what if Scentsy could give that to you? But you need to know what that is, right? So here's the deal. When it comes to leadership, first of all, we are all leaders. Every human being on this earth is a leader and has the potential to be an amazing leader. It's a choice that we make on every given day. I'll give you an example. When we were in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, I don't know how old they continue to do this, but you ask a child of that age, what is a leader? One child that was asked said, well, you know, every day when we get ready for lunch, we line up, and the teacher always says the person in the front is the leader and to follow them. But every day we have a new leader. And at the end of the month, we've all had an opportunity to be a leader. So I think a leader is everybody. Out of the mouths of babes, right? That is the absolute truth. We all have the ability to be a leader. We just need to step to the front of the line. And over time, what happens is we start to believe all of these things that may have either been told to us or allowed the fear of whatever it is to creep up in you and be the leader of you. So the moral of that story is that in order to be a leader, you need to be a leader of you. And a leader is someone who can celebrate successes, who can motivate you to do more, and encourage you to be the best version of you. Well, if you are the leader of you, you have to do those things for yourself. You can't depend on somebody else to do that for you, because their leadership potentially is not going to give you that motivation or encouragement or cheerleading. It could potentially on the surface make you feel better, but if you don't feel good about yourself and you can't do those things for yourself, it's going to be very difficult to receive that from anyone else. So a leader has to be a leader with themselves first. You need to make the conscious decision to step in front of the line. Once you do that, those conversations that you are having with people, when you're being authentic and real, and you are finding out how the business opportunity can help them, if you believe that that is doing it for you already, then it's going to be so much easier to relay that information onto somebody else. But if you have doubts in yourself, as a consultant or as a human being, you will have a very hard time convincing someone else that they have that in them. You have to love yourself first. I know that you've heard that. If you're a person of faith, love thyself first, right? Love thyself. In the airplane, please put the oxygen mask on yourself before helping anyone else. Why? Because you have to be good with you first. Another little story that I want to share. There was a little boy who was asking his father to go play. And his dad just wasn't finding the time. And he continued to read his newspaper. And the little boy was sad, obviously, because he wanted to play and dad wasn't making time for him. So the father had a pretty brilliant idea, and there was a picture of a globe on the inside of the paper, so he ripped out the globe, and then he ripped it up into many little pieces, and he handed the pieces to his son and said, "Here, son, go put this together." Now, of course, the father thought it was going to take him a very long time. And not very long after, the son came back and the globe had been perfectly put together in the right way. And the father looked at the son and he said, "How did you do that so quickly?" And he said, "Well, Dad," he said, "on the other side, there was a picture of the person. And once I put the person together, the world was okay." That message in itself is phenomenal. Once the person was put together, the world was okay. So if you can find the ability to be your own leader, and a leader is somebody who encourages, motivates, and celebrates. If you can do that for yourself, it is going to be so much easier for you to convince, or better than convincing, encourage, motivate, and celebrate somebody else's success as they join you on that opportunity. You see where that's going? Guys, I know a lot of this 30-day challenge was geared on mindset, and there were little bits of technicality, I guess, dribbled in there. But I want you to really understand and go away from this training with the knowledge that you need to start with you. You need to learn to be authentic. You need to learn to be real. You need to be okay with how you present things. And the way that you present things should be authentic and real. Your mindset, and I'm not necessarily talking about just being positive, but the way you think through things, the way you process things, the way you view things, and your perspective on life is the most valuable part to not only your personal life, but to your business. It's important for us to know and have faith in ourselves and know that we have the ability to do what we need to do. Every person was born a leader. You just need to step in front of that line and lead the class to lunch. Guys, I really hope that you found this training beneficial. I hope that you got some value from it and that you're going to be able to implement it into your business. I hope that you can take this knowledge and share it with others. If you want to share this series with your teams, by all means do that. By all means do that. And I mean that in a way that empowers you. Use it as a tool if you need to. You know how they have book clubs? We'll have a video club. Have a video club. But I encourage you all to be in the moment, to live your life knowing that it's the only one you get, to encourage, motivate, and celebrate your own successes, and lead by example as you do that so others can learn to do that too. Think about how much easier it would be if you taught people to encourage, motivate, and celebrate themselves. That's less work for you to do because you're not having to celebrate, motivate, and encourage them if they can do it on their own. Of course, it's nice to have that extra boost, so I'm going to encourage you to do that as well. As a leader, step in front of the line. All right? Have an amazing day. I hope the holidays are great for you guys. I know that we're at the end of November already, and that just time flies when you're having fun. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.